everyone, this video is going to be a full day wear test, review, and ingredient breakdown for Neutrogena's newest coverage product. This is the Flawless Matte CC Cream Clean Coverage. So if you have been seeing this on the shelves and are wondering if this is appropriate for your skin or skin issues, I will show you how this applies, what it looks like throughout the day, and give you my final analysis on whether this is worth purchasing or not. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. You can also follow over on Instagram, and if you want to make sure you check out the latest video, if you didn't see it already, I will also link that in the upper right hand corner for you. Before we start, I wanted to let you know about a campaign that skinstore.com is running. It is focusing on luxury kind of treat yourself devices, and they sent along this device for me to use and test out. This is a hair reduction device, so it uses laser technology, and over the course of several weeks, when you treat the skin, you can make it so that those areas do not grow hair anymore or reduce them to virtually no more growth of hair. This is the Illuminage Touch device. Elos Quartz, I think, is the brand. If you go into a salon to have this kind of laser treatment done for hair removal, especially for larger areas, that price point goes up into the thousands of dollars because you have to have multiple treatments over the course of usually 6 months to a year in order to get those results. Now, these devices for at home are also expensive, but if you work out the price for having a device, buying it once and being able to use it as many times as you want at home, it's much more affordable. In addition, skinstore.com has provided a 25% off coupon code. So for devices like this, that is a hefty discount. I'll put that information in the description box below. But this device, what I really like about it, I've had two prior hair removal laser devices that I used. This was probably almost 8 years ago, and those devices definitely work. But the issue with those was that the area that those treated were really small. So it was impractical for me to use them on areas like my legs. I could really only pinpoint really small areas. Sometimes if I were patient enough, I could use them on the underarm area, but this device covers a pretty large area compared to those other at-home devices, which is what I really like about this device. It goes pretty quickly to do my underarm area. If you want to use it on your bikini area, you can do that too. And doing the legs is something that is actually practical in the knees with this kind of device. This device also works on a wide range of skin tones and skin depths, which can be an issue with some laser devices, and you can also indicate how much hair is in the area that you're treating. So I've really been liking using this device and having it for convenient at-home treatment. There are a ton of other devices where that 25% off discount code will work for you. So I'll put a link in the description box and you can go check out whichever one suits your fancy and your needs. So this is what the product looks like, very clean and simple. You get 1 fluid ounce, or 1 ounce, I guess I should say 28 grams. And the call out ingredient that they're focusing on is niacinamide, which is vitamin B3. Niacinamide does have some research that shows that it can help to reduce oiliness in the pores and to have some anti-inflammatory effects. So that is why the Neutrogena is kind of marketing this as something that is suitable for people who have acne-prone skin. Now, of course, the question is there a high enough concentration of niacinamide in the product to really have those effects? Who knows? But it's certainly a good skincare ingredient. You can purchase this through pretty much anywhere that sells Neutrogena. I purchased mine through Amazon, but it's also available at other drugstores, places like Target and Walmart, and the price range is between $12 and maybe $14 or $15. The price will vary depending on where you purchase it from. So you twist off the cap, it's a squeeze tube, and the shade that I am going to be testing in this video is Sand, that's 4.0. And before we start applying it to the skin, let's quickly check out the claims so that we can test those over the day. Neutrogena says this is specifically targeted for people with acne-prone skin. It's supposed to be full coverage. Each shade includes niacinamide, and the formula has no oil, fragrance, parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. And it's also supposed to have a matte finish. Going on to the ingredients to make sure that there isn't anything that we feel is problematic, you can see there that the call out ingredient is kind of in the middle of the ingredients list. So again, we don't know what the percentage of niacinamide is in the product, but more importantly, I don't see anything that looks problematic. Like they say, there's no fragrance, including synthetic fragrances. I don't see any drying alcohols in here either, which is great. All right, now that we know what this is supposed to do, let's go back in time to a bare face and apply it together. Oh, my necklace and the sweater that I'm wearing are from Amazon. There is an Amazon storefront linked with other kinds of things like skincare, jewelry, clothing, if you want to check that out too. Neutrogena says the best way to apply this is to just dab lightly onto the face with your fingers. So that is how we're going to do it, at least with the first half of my face, and to blend in an upward and outward motion. The texture isn't super thick, but it's also not watery. Pretty traditional, like liquid foundation texture to it. I guess I'll start with half of my face and then we can kind of compare with the non-applied side. It definitely gives you good coverage. I feel like this is a good color match too. So this is the side where it has been applied, and this side only has skincare and sunscreen on it. So you can definitely see that there is a more smooth layer of color here. I don't know if I would, I mean, it's definitely good coverage. Let's do the other side of the face. So let me give you more of a close-up. Applied side, non-applied side. I have a lot more blemishes on this side right now. So let's see how well those get covered up. It definitely really covered the redness of the blemishes here and below my eyebrow. I'm pretty impressed with how this looks just on initial application. It was easy to apply with your fingers. It looks fairly smooth. There's a little bit of, I think, I'd like a little more smoothness around the nose where my pores are, but otherwise, very simple to use with a nice finish on there. Does give you a little bit of mattifying effect. All right, I'm gonna do the rest of the makeup and check back in. So here's the completed makeup look, making sure I keep it simple so that we can concentrate on how the foundation or BB cream looks. I powdered this half of my face with translucent powder so that throughout the day we can see if there is a noticeable difference between how shiny or oily it gets. I don't know if you can see, this side is definitely a little more, just very slightly more shiny than this side, but we will see in a few hours and at the end of the day what the difference is between the sides. There's a little bit of texture or unevenness, so definitely if you are someone who naturally has drier skin, I don't think that this formula would be the best for you, and I think they even market this as not having any oils in it. For me, the texture can partly be from using like chemical exfoliators, but overall, I like the way that this looks on the skin. So the sun is not up yet, but in a couple hours when there is sunlight, I will show you what this looks like in a natural sun, and I'll also check in with you throughout the day. So this is about an hour and a half, 2 hours after the last clip that you just saw. It's a little cloudy today, but this is what the skin looks like in natural light. You can see I'm pretty shiny already on both sides, but I'm not gonna touch up throughout the day. I'm not gonna powder because I want you to be able to see what the level of shininess is after at least 8 hours of wear. But in terms of smoothness, looks pretty nice. All right, so here's the end of the day check-in. It's been a little over 8 hours of wear. I've had a full day, gone out, got my hair cut, was wearing a mask. So you may see some lines of fading, but that's just the other makeup. That's not necessarily the foundation. I think this foundation has worn pretty well. There was really no long-term mattifying effect, and it didn't do anything to control the oiliness in my face. So if you're the type of person who you need to be able to apply your foundation at the beginning of the day and then not worry about it, you don't have time to be blotting or powdering, then this isn't a mattifying enough formula for you. But for me, I don't mind. I get shiny and oily pretty much with every foundation, most foundations, so I don't mind blotting or powdering to get rid of that excess shine throughout the day. I don't see any sort of significant fading or patchiness. That emphasis of the pores around here that I initially saw is still there a little bit. It didn't really get worse, anything like that, but here's what the foundation looks like. If I have any stray hairs from the haircut, I tried to get rid of all of them, but there may still be some. I guess there's a little bit of fading of the coverage. You can see more of these blemishes on the side of the face, but overall I think this wears pretty well, and I like the formula. It's easy to use. There are nice ingredients and no bad ingredients in the formulation, and it's quite affordable. So overall, pretty good rating in my book. Will it really do that much to help combat and control your acne? Probably not. You will want to still use other acne treatments like benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, or if you have more severe acne, your other acne treatments. But in terms of just a standard drugstore foundation, this ranks pretty well. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below if you've tried this out. Stay tuned for the next video. That's for suggestions on Sephora's upcoming 20% off fall sale. And thanks for watching. I hope that this helped you decide if this is something you want to try out yourself. And I'll see you in the next video.